Hey everyone, it is Natalie from Being Intentionally Canadian. Oh my gosh, I have to chuckle at that because I wanted to wish everyone here in Canada who is following me a happy Canada Day. So let me redo that. Hi everyone, it's Natalie from Being Intentionally Creative, and happy Canada Day to all my fellow Canadians out there. I hope that you're having fun, whatever you're doing, whether you're celebrating with family, whether you are just doing your own thing, which is totally cool. And it doesn't really matter what you're doing. I just hope you're having fun doing it. So happy Canada Day to everyone out there. What are we going to do? Being Canada Day, well, to me, it only seems fitting that I make something that's red and white to represent Canada. And I kind of look through some of my molds. I have a lot, and I was trying to think, oh, well, if I had a maple leaf, I could do that, but I don't. So I thought, here's a mold I haven't done yet. So we're going to do it red and white. So it's going to be a box. It's got the cubes in it. I have absolutely no idea how much resin this is going to take, so I may have made, or I may be making too much. And then it has the lid to go with it. Red and white. So how are we going to do red and white? Well, we have the Nuvo red carpet sheen glitter. We're going to be putting some of that in. I have some Let's Resin Ruby glow-in-the-dark glitter, because why not? We have the Let's Resin mica powder white. And we have the Alumilite translucent red dye that we're going to be using in it. And the last thing I'm going to be throwing into the mix, because why not, is red. Oh, Natalie. I know what this is. And to think for the life of me, I can think of what it's called. Yeah, you know what this stuff is. It'll come to me. I do not like when I do that, when I can't remember what it is. It's the flakes. It's the flakes that I'm going to be putting in as well. That is so sad. Beyond sad. Like, I know what it is, and for the life of me, I can't think of what it is. Anyways, we're going to be putting some of that red stuff in there as well, okay? I haven't made it up yet. I'm giving my resin a warm water bath right now. I am making 140 mils of it. Again, with some of these molds, I have absolutely no idea. I love Let's Resin because they put the size of and the amounts of how much you're going to need to make their pieces. I love that. I want more companies to do that. So if there are any other companies out there that make molds that are watching this video, please indicate how much it's needed so that I'm not playing the guessing game, and so that, you know, other people don't have to play the guessing game. You'll also maybe notice, can you see it over here? No, you can't. Oh yeah, you can. So over here I've got something else going on, but that's totally unrelated to this video, so you can just disregard it. Apologies for the cough. Okay, what's going to happen is I am going to go away. I am going to mix up my resin. I'm going to split it into 3 because I want to do the white by itself, the red Alumilite by itself, and then I want to use, that annoys me. You have no idea how much it annoys me that I can't think what those flakes are called. Anyway, the red flakes I'm going to be putting in, the glitter I'm going to be putting in, and the glow-in-the-dark in another. So we'll have three containers of resin mixed up so that we can hopefully get something that looks really cool. I'll be back. And maybe when I get back, ever having mixed this, I'll remember what that stuff is called. It's Canada Day. Hey, I don't need to know today. I'll be back. I'm back. I have mixed my resin. I have mixed up 2 of my colors so far, the red and the white mica powder. And I just thought for, you know, fun, I'd bring you back and we will mix up the glitter section. And I went and found a jar that said the flakes are metallic flakes. So we're just going to go with that. If you have a better term for what those sheets of colored paper are, please feel free to throw that in the comments below. I just find it hilarious when I can't remember something, and then, you know, I go away and it's like, I got to find out what this is called. And yeah, a little too funny, a little annoying. So, you know, hey, it's okay. So we've got some of our red carpet in there. And we're going to find a stir stick, and we're going to mix that in. I'm not going to put any glue in this to keep it from sinking. I'm just going to let it do its own thing. So we're going to put some of this in, and I maybe put a lot in, but that's okay. We're celebrating Canada after all, so we want to make it nice and bright and vibrant, right? And I had almost wondered if I should put in, instead of just the mica powder, if I should put some paste or some resin dye in it, but I'm going to leave that alone too. And I'm going to let this thing create itself basically. So we'll just do that. So we've got that a little mixed in. We'll put some of this in. Getting the red glitter off my... Put a spoonful of that in. We'll leave that. That should be enough for that. And then I'm going to have to very carefully put in the metallic flakes. Yeah, I don't know if you ever have that trouble. I hate saying this out loud, but as I get older, I am forgetting some key words, which really drives me nuts. Or I'll say one word and mean a totally different word. So for example, toaster, and I'll say washing machine. And it just, I don't know where it's coming from, but I will admit it does drive me a little crazy when I do that. It's like, oh, come on. But yeah, it drives me a little crazy. Okay, so let's take some of this paper now, and we'll just throw it in and mix it up. It's interesting how it's rolled itself up. Let go, let go. A little bit more in there. Okay, that should be plenty. I have all kinds of that stuff, all kinds of it. Again, I can be really frugal with this kind of stuff, and that's like, why are you saving this? What's the point behind that? No point. I just do it. My mom, she grew up during the Depression, and I always noticed that when I was growing up, that, you know, she would save the plastic containers, she would save elastics, wrapping paper never got thrown out, any Christmas cards, she would reuse them by taking the section that had the writing on it off and then reusing the front of the card again. And when we moved her out of her place, you know, you're going through this and you're thinking, why have you been keeping all this? Yeah, well, welcome to my world of keeping things and not using things. And yeah, I'm in the middle of purging some stuff, and it's going to feel so good because by the end of the year, especially from a paperwork perspective, I plan on having some, like a ton of stuff just gone because I don't need it anymore and I'm not using it. And I think of, you know, some of the art supplies I've got, and I go, you don't need this stuff anymore. Like, don't skimp on it. Use it, right? You bought it to use it, so, you know, see what wonderful and cool idea it can come up with and use it. So I'm curious to know if any of you who are watching, you know, you've been in that position. You're like, I don't know why I'm not using this, or I don't know why I still have this. And yeah, I could have a wonderful garage sale, but I'm a little too lazy to want to throw one of them together. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, enough about that. So we'll set these up. I'll do the lid last. Okay, so let's just start pouring some of this in, and we'll just go back and forth with it and see what randomness we can come up with for this. And hopefully, fingers crossed, everybody, that I truly have enough of the resin. I hate trying. I wish I had a bigger table that I could lay those side by side and grab them up, but anyway. Yeah, I like to keep, you know, I start with one and do that, but I'm going to do this a little differently today. And then if I have leftover, then I'll just have to find something else to make. But we'll see. And hopefully it all comes out. Well, it'll just be pretty whatever it is. So for you people that are down in the States, your holiday will be coming up within about a week's time. And I'm trying to think, it's the 4th, right? July 4th, which puts you on the Thursday or the Friday. I don't have my calendar in front of me, so I'm trying to, for a second there, it should be Thursday that's your holiday. Which, if I'm not mistaken, you'll be making a long weekend out of that. Anyways, are you guys in the States up to anything specific for your upcoming Memorial Day? Any plans? Or are you just going to, you know, chill? Let me know in the comments below what you got planned. I think this is going to look kind of cool. I'll be really curious about the glow-in-the-dark glitter and how well or not well that's going to work out for me. If you get a little bit of a glitter, that'd be kind of cool. So as I'm making noise, I'm having a lot of issues with my shoulders. I find that when I'm sitting doing this stuff, they start getting really, really sore. Okay, I'm wondering if I know I'm going to need a fair chunk for my lid. I might have to make up some more resin, because I'm not sure I'm going to have enough to do the lid as well. I think I'm almost full here. I don't want to go overboard with this. I think we're about level on that. Let me just put a little bit of this glitz in here. Okay. Yeah, I think I've got enough in there, so we'll just move that off to the side. If I'm really, like, I mean, if we're, you know, really, really lucky, maybe I've got enough to do the lid too. So I think I'm going to put most of that glitter in the lid. Put a little bit of the white on top of it, I think. So we've kind of gotten that. I just want to, I've got a little air bubble in there. Okay, so let's pour some more. Actually, you know what we'll do? I'll take the red. Got quite a bit of the red left. I will be so happy if I have enough. I don't know if I'm going to, but I'd be really happy if I did. Like I say, I've got to work at getting much better at marking down. Okay, this took this much. And I think what I might do is swirl the lid up a little bit so that it's not just so I get a bit of a pattern in it. Because for right now, it's just the white has sunk in this lid. And I don't want it just, I want to play. So I'm going to, and then I'm going to mix it up a little bit. So we have a little bit of a pattern in it. I think I'm just going to have enough. I think. All right. I think the red's going to have to be the saver here. I'll try to do this up high and see if that helps her disperse a little bit of this. Okay, now before that gets too crazy, we'll take something, take one of these little guys, and very carefully swing it through. And I might have to wait and come back to it. I hope this is in my camera. Yeah. Yeah, you can see what I'm doing, right? Right here? Yep. I might have to let it sit for 10 or 15 minutes and then come back and smoosh it around. I think I'm just going to do right down to the bottom and pull that up and drip. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get quite the design that, I mean, it looks really cool in the main piece here with the red and the white and the glitter. And I might let that just sit for about 15 minutes as well, and then come back and swirl that around as well. And I'm just wanting to wipe up because I'm making a terrible mess here. Okay, that's gone. Yeah, I have some left. I might just put that in the other. I don't want to overload this. I think I've got enough in there. And I don't think I can put any more in that, or should put any more in that one. So what I'll do is I'll clean that up off camera, not so as not to bore you. And we will come back when this is all done. And as I say, I'm probably going to come back and swirl this lid around just a little bit, just to see if I can't get some of the white mixed up so that it's not, it doesn't matter if it's got, you know, more of the red, because the red's the bigger color of any of them in there. But I'll see if I can't mix it up a little bit. So we will come back when this is done and see how I did with my, I'm going to call it a Canada Swirl. I'll see you when it's ready to take out of its mold. Okay, we are ready to take these two pieces out of their molds. Before we do that, I managed to look up that July 4th isn't Memorial Day. I'm pretty sure I said that earlier. And I went and did some research because I thought I got to get this right. It's actually Independence Day for the States on July 4th. So I just wanted to let you know that if I did say Memorial Day earlier, which I kind of think I did, I realize now by doing some research that was in May, and your July 4th is actually Independence Day. So I just wanted to correct myself on that one. Okay, let's get these out and see how we did. So we know with the lid that I had more red overall than the other two colors, which, you know what happens? And I knew I had more of the red than I had of the other two colors. And, wow. The lid's a little challenging to get out of here. Just keep spinning it around. Maybe if I just pull it from the sides, that'll be helpful. I'm sure others have found that some molds, they're so finicky trying to get them out. And that's why with some molds, I won't use like the mixed mold, because I just know I run the risk that something's going to go seriously wrong. And I don't want to take the chance of breaking pieces that I'm doing. There we go. Finally. And we're out. So there's our lid. Let's just get that out of the way. So the lid, and it's very transparent, which I don't mind. I did mix it up. I went through and tried to pull some of the white up, but I guess we didn't do too good of a job on that, but that's okay. And it's hard to see the faceted sides on this, but they do exist if you get it in the right light. And I don't know if that's shining proper for you guys to see or not, but there are facets on the lid. And this, before we take it out, is how this looks. So I'm calling this my Canada Day swirl piece, just because we have some swirling going on in there. So let's get this out, and hopefully this will be easier to get out than the lid. So far so good. Okay, we definitely have some shine to this. All right, let's take that, fold the mold back around, get that all off to the side. All right, so here is our Canada Day swirl piece. I like that. I like calling it and I'm thinking ice cream too. I'm not a huge fan of ice cream. If I have ice cream, I have a scoop of it, and that's all. I just need a little bit. But I believe there's a raspberry swirl, or there used to be a raspberry swirl ice cream when I was growing up. I don't think there is now. But anyway, so yeah, Canada Day swirl. And on the inside, it's pretty plain, but I'm glad that I've got some design on the outside of this. That makes me very happy. And then the bottom was very plain. I did swirl that, but I kind of lost that in the translation too when it was curing itself. So let's just do this. And there we have it. A cute little... Now, we know that we put in some of the Let's Resin glow-in-the-dark glitter. I'm going to have to see if this actually glitters. It might. We've got quite a bit up in here, so we might get some glitter going on. I don't know how glow-in-the-dark it's going to be because of the other colors. But there's that. So, overall, I am pleased with it. If we'd had more white in the lid, I think it would have been nicer because it would have blended a little bit more, but it all depends on what you like. But it's a very pretty piece. Let's go over here just for a second because I had some other pieces. I had some left over of, especially of the red, so I did pour this piece. This is a mold that I got from Temu. So let's take this out. Okay, so I don't know what I'm going to do with this. And I might color it up a little bit, but no, I don't know what I'm going to do with that piece. And then these two are made with the Let's Resin Thermogenic, and I'm not 100% sure I've got that right, but I decided I'd make these. So let's see if I can get my hands warm enough, or I've got a heat gun over here we can use just to warm it up to get it to go. I believe it's to go yellow. So I had some of my Let's Resin left over, and I decided I wanted to use it up. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to cheat and do this way. And see if we can warm it up enough to get it to change color. I don't want to do too much of this just because I don't want to melt it, but yeah, you can see it a little bit. It's changing color. Again, I want to be very careful doing that, so that's all I'm going to do because I don't want to cause any grief with it. But there, so from the green to the yellow. I think that's really cool that it does that. Really fun pieces. Anyway, that is it. I am glad I got to do that for this piece, although it's not Canada Day anymore, but I'm glad I got this piece done. And I will have to see if at least the lid gives some glow-in-the-dark attributes. And then, for fun, just showing you these pieces that I did with using the Let's Resin color changing mica powder. All right, there you have it. I hope you have a wonderful day and that you're doing something fun and creative. Thank you for watching, liking, subscribing, and commenting. I appreciate it all. Have a great day. Take care, and bye for now.